Hey there, I'm Katsumi, and this is a collective reading, so please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. So, right now, I'm feeling like a very triumphant, okay, very archival paper trail vibe. I heard detective work, okay, which is crazy, okay, a lot of crazy energies coming in today. I'm also hearing the word validated, okay, maybe you're being validated for some sort of triumphant moment. I don't know why I heard judge and jury. Maybe there's a court situation going on, okay? There's a paper trail. I said paper trail. Perpetrator. Okay. Paper trail, some sort of perpetrator going on. Okay. Just some archival. I'm hearing somebody reading their receipts. Okay, that might be of significance. And I'm also hearing that you've been holding some sort of truth in your heart. Okay. And now the physical world, okay, is what I'm hearing, is catching up to provide the proof you need or needed. Okay. It's like I'm hearing something about I'm hearing something about it's people are getting served up, okay, like a dish or something like that. It's like I don't know why I heard riptide for some reason. I have no idea. Okay. Something about it's like uh it's almost like that episode where SpongeBob ripped his pants kind of vibe, where it's just like he exposed himself, you know? It's like this evidence is big, okay? You're right now. It's like I don't know what it is. The energy is insane. But let's just hop into the messaging here, okay? Right now you're in some sort of search party. I heard search patrol. Maybe you're searching through. I don't know why. Someone's searching through the forest for something. I have no idea why I'm hearing that. But there's some sort of misplacement, misalignment in that, okay? Some sort of attachment to something, okay? Maybe you lost something. You lost proof to something. Maybe this is the proof that you thought was lost and now you're finding it, but it's landing, is what I'm hearing, okay? And it's like, wow, the energy is coming in hot, okay? Maybe you lost some car keys in a forest. I'm not sure why, but maybe you went camping or something. I don't know. You know, maybe you felt like someone took your car and they threw the keys, the evidence in the forest. Not sure. That sounds like very interesting. I'm hearing detective work, okay? That sounds so crazy. Okay, maybe this thing became so I don't know. I heard something about OCD, like you became obsessed over this thing, over this paper trail, okay? And it's like it became something a part of your to-do list because you couldn't let go of it, is what I'm hearing. Somebody couldn't let go. I'm hearing something about with this Four of Swords where it's like, yeah, you kind of recovered, you retreated, you're like, okay, I can't find it. But it's like you didn't give up. You kept thinking about it. Maybe this might be a family member where you're watching them constantly seek something. Maybe approval, maybe a document, maybe retribution, maybe justice towards something. It's like a long-winded battle of a grievance that was casted over somebody. Wow, that's crazy. And this person almost became so obsessive about this thing that they prioritized it. So to the T is what I'm hearing. They organized all the papers, all the documents, all the breadcrumbs, all the trails to get to some sort of discovery is what I'm hearing. Wow. There's some sort of piece of evidence is what I'm hearing. Wow. It's like or a record, okay, that you thought was deleted. Maybe they thought it was deleted, okay? Or misplaced. Wow, I'm getting a lot of people in this message, okay? Something resurfaced, okay? I don't know why. I'm hearing something was found on the computer. Okay, an old database. I don't know why I heard Yahoo Mail. I don't know why, like some old email, some old database, some old, I heard, terabyte drive or something like that, okay? Where it just like, it just started to, it just appeared out of nowhere. Like it appeared out of thin air is what I'm hearing, okay? And it's like, this thing was bringing a lot of anxiety, a lot of angst, but it showed up out of nowhere, okay? Page of Pentacles. It gives this energy where it's like, whoa, like all of this study, all of this studious scholarly work that was happening in the background grounded the reality of this discovery. It kind of created this Two of Swords vibe where it's like, whoa, we're at a stalemate, but we made a discovery. Like it's like you found that exact thing that you were looking for, but you were still blocked. You know what I mean? It's almost like finding a phone with like a it's almost like an old email, an old phone, but you forgot the password. You know what I mean? And it's like, whoa, this is a huge discovery for you, but now you have one more step to go. It's like, whoa, that's insane, okay? So the proof that you thought was lost is here, okay? Something about the evidence, okay? It's finally surfacing, it's finally brewing up, Okay, it's big, it's major, okay? But it put a lot of weight on your shoulders with that 10 of Wands. It kind of gives this vibe where it's like, without this evidence, without the truth of this being revealed, it was going to weigh heavy on your shoulders for a long period of time. It's almost like this thing brought you so much burden, okay, and stress if it was never found, that it like you needed it to be found. You were gonna do whatever that needed to be done for it to happen. Okay, back together. Interesting. Honeymoon round 2 has begun, but the real tea is in how long it will last. Whoa. So maybe this isn't some sort of relationship. Okay, maybe this is some sort of truth that you're trying to reveal. I don't know why, but it's like you're back together. Maybe. Ah, that's interesting. Maybe it was something. Maybe something was falsely said or accused of. Wow. That feels like it was like a recovering of some sort of lost file or piece of data that proves that you were right. Okay, in a situation, but it took a lot of digging, a lot of detective work, is what I'm hearing. Whoa. So that's why you're back together with someone. Some people are coming back together. Some things are coming back together. Okay. It feels a little toxic in this relationship, though. Okay, toxic in the dilemma, toxic in the scenario. Okay, I'm hearing maybe they deleted the proof so that they could be perceived as being right. That sounds a little strange, though. You know what I mean? There's like a piece of evidence, a record that you thought was deleted. It was misplaced. It resurfaced at the exact moment you needed it. Maybe it's because you checked the archives. That's crazy. You know what I mean? Like they thought that they want to be found. Okay, I'm hearing a lot of stuttering, a lot of ifs, ands, and buts, and whys, and who, and when, and why. You know, it's like a lot of, I don't know why, it feels very back and forth, manipulative. Okay, I'm hearing something about they tried to benefit from your lack of proof. Ooh, that's tough. Okay, so it's like they weren't the victim, you were. You know what I mean? They're the villain in the story. Wow. So there's some sort of messy entanglement, okay, where both sides are kind of contributing to the destruction in some regard, potentially. Maybe there's multiple parties going on, okay? So maybe you two want to start off on a clean slate. Maybe you want to start on a clean slate. But something in the atmosphere is just like, whoa, what's going on? You know what I mean? And it's like, this is a lot of stuff, okay? It's like it needs a full reset, okay? Because that's how much of the impact this situation made. Like the cost, it burned everything down, is what I'm hearing, okay? You need a full reset to play out because the past decisions, it just outdated all the dynamics that were showing up, okay? The former versions of this yourself, of them, they're no longer, it's no longer, a part of the situation, no longer calling the shots, okay? Just wiping the slate clean. But is that for good, though? We don't know. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's iffy, okay? But there's like a lot of foresight that you're playing into this, okay? Maybe I don't know what it is, but it's almost like a get back story where it's like, now that you know that they tried to do you dirty, it's like you're trying to get back and almost like Uno reverse. It's like tip the scales in your favor, maybe, is what I'm hearing. It's like you want to feel validated. Someone wants to feel validated because there's proof there in the pudding. Yeah, it's almost like acting as if everything is in order, but in actuality, there's intention behind the order because behind it might be a mask of chaos. Who knows? I don't know. That sounds kind of crazy to me. With all the wishy-washy back and forth, But it's like, maybe you just feel like you want to have like a revenge story, maybe? Someone wants to have a revenge story? Okay, because they crossed the line. Ooh, okay. So it feels as though it's like now they're being called out and torn down. Definitely something brewing up in the phone, okay? In the computer. Something about he said, she said, they did this and that, okay? I'm hearing triangulation. Ooh, okay. Maybe they tried to triangulate you into some sort of ordeal, maybe, okay? A fall from grace hits harder than it's public. So maybe they try to do this in a private matter and then bring it to light in a public way, okay? Maybe it's a Uno reverse scenario, making them look bad for something that they did. It sounds kind of topsy-turvy. It sounds like a really toxic environment. Maybe you're an onlooker. Maybe you're watching the situation, okay? But somebody's making bank for some reason. What is going on? Maybe it has to do with some sort of money, gold digging tendencies, maybe, okay? To try to I heard something prevail over another individual to steal. I don't know why I heard fraud. Okay, maybe someone tried to do fraud. Okay, financial flow is increasing for somebody. Okay, some sort of new level of wealth, power, confidence is being activated. Maybe this is the afterfall, the aftermath of letting somebody go from a toxic relationship. Okay, but it's a lot going on. Okay, it's a lot brewing up in the atmosphere there. It's almost as though it's like I don't know what it is, but it's like almost like stealing somebody's Bitcoin or something. You know what I mean? Like it's like their UB key, or like their secret USB key to like get into their Bitcoin. It's like, something crazy like that. I don't know, but it's super super quirky. I don't know. It's just something about some sort of addictive tendencies that are backing up that sort of money bank lifestyle vibes. Okay, but yeah, it seems like someone's getting their act together because they're living a sober life, but it's like maybe someone's just done and over with it. They just want to release from the relationship altogether. Okay, they want to go back into their Ten of Pentacles. You know what I mean? Their legacy, their stability, their home environment, their wealth. Yeah, they're going into that hermit mode with that Queen of Swords. Okay, and that just more Ten of Pentacles backing that up. It's just something to do with the atmosphere of just like wanting to hold on to one's shingles. Okay, because it's like it's almost like someone got a divorce and they got remarried to the same person and they got a divorce again and they're just like, I don't know if I want to go back into that. It's almost like like a seesaw effect where it's just like, oh, love you but I miss you, love you, okay, bye now. It's like almost like that. It's kind of an interesting rocky love story. Okay, it's like a love-hate relationship where it's like two people are tied to each other because of business, maybe because of family, because of structure. Okay, foundations, that might be significance. But somebody wants to go into hermit mode. You know what I mean? Somebody wants to reflect. Someone wants to soul search. They want to just kind of be in their solitude and just be like, hey, I'm just gonna kick back and relax rather than kick rocks kind of vibe. And it's like they want to stay in their Ten of Pentacles with their generational wealth. They want to be in that Queen of Wands, just slice and dice and just have their discernment about certain situations and, have clarity and independence. But at the same time, they want to be in the Four of Wands with you. That sounds strange, It's like they want to celebrate, maybe, I don't know. Or maybe you're celebrating, but it just feels like this relationship is a lot of back and forth, you know what I mean? And it's like maybe it's after maybe almost like I don't know why I heard the song "Drunken Love." Is this something just drunken love? And it's like this is just like an ongoing dilemma. It's just like people are so drunk in love. There's just like they can't see the red flags. You know what I mean? And it's like a lot of back and forth. That's tough. It's really tough. Yeah, it's a situationship. It's like a weird dilemma. It's like, are you together? Are you not together? Are you married? Are you not married? Are you, it's just back and forth. You know what I mean? So it's like, at the same time, it's just like a lot of blurry vision, unable to see reality from what's real and fake, but someone seeing that there's better choices, okay, that something is possible for them aside from this relationship. It might be a situationship. It might be back and forth into a relationship, okay? But it's like you don't want that to fool you into thinking it's drama free, that it's actually working out. And it's like it kind of feels almost like for some of you, it might even just be friends with benefits kind of vibe. You know what I mean? Where it's just like this person is, not really coming 100%, okay? I just feel like there's like a lot of triangulation, a lot of people. I just sense a lot of people in the mist. Third wheel, wow. That's wild. Yeah, so there's like a third wheel, a third party in the midst, okay? A side character trying to write themselves into the main plot, okay? Maybe there's somebody trying to, I don't know why, maybe there's a secret affair going on. Maybe you exposed a secret affair. Maybe there's something to just do with a story already leading into some sort of duo, trio, quadruple, quintuple kind of, just a lot of people. Maybe this person that we're looking into who's dating a lot of different people, they might just, it just might be a lot of third wheels, okay? A lot of behind the scene relationships. It's almost like a double life that this person is living, okay? And it's like maybe somebody caught on, maybe you caught on, and now you're trying to find your peace with that Four of Wands, where you're just trying to move forward and just celebrate your stability because now this nightmare is over. You know what I mean? But I do feel like there's something about, because some sort of truth was revealed, okay, that was, like they were benefiting from your lack of proof. I'm hearing that there's also like a recovery period. Okay, it's being provided. Okay, this is a recovery for you. Okay, there's some sort of objective truth. Okay, that's ending the debate in your favor is what I'm hearing. Okay, I'm also hearing there's some sort of like some sort of direct intervention going on. Okay, it's like maybe a sit down, a sit down situation. Okay, it's gonna ensure that your integrity is intact. You're feeling validated. Maybe they're coming to the conclusion like, hey, you realize who they really are. Okay, you're realizing what they've been putting down is what I'm hearing. And so like you're tidying up things. I'm also kind of hearing that once you step out of this relationship, they're gonna realize what they lost is what I'm hearing. Okay, um they thought it was done and over, until it was really done and over. You know what I mean? Where it's just like they weren't quite sure. Now they're getting like that hangover effect, that seesaw effect of losing something good in their life, something stable, something, it might have felt common to them, but people mistaken familiarity for losing sight of what love really is. Sometimes it'll be like it just became too stable, too common, too familiar. So they just decided, oh, this is not what love is. It almost feels like wishy-washy relationship, because they felt like they needed to always be like in this romanticized relationship of some accord. So they were dating multiple people, maybe. I don't know. But it's like nonetheless, like you stand up on top because you're standing in your integrity. Okay, you are validated with the fact that you know that you did everything you could to make this relationship work, even though like you gave them multiple chances. They still ended up showing you their true character is what I'm hearing. Okay, but it ensured that everything went in your favor. Okay, I'm also hearing something about you being just validated by the facts before the situation goes any further, and so that just kind of just like gives you some sense of vindication, validation. Okay, which is what we're seeing coming through. So nonetheless, very rocky relationship, but you do come up on top where you are securing your freedom. You know what I mean? You're, what is it called, a free agent. You can recover, you can rest up, and when you're ready to begin a new relationship, begin a new endeavor, you're able to do so. You know what I mean? So yeah, these are all the messages that I have for you today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If this reading resonated, consider showing your support by subscribing, liking the video, and leaving a comment down below. I truly appreciate it. And until next time, trust your path and let the universe work its magic.